I think what the world wants is the world wants a public, transparent, trustworthy entity to issue digital dollars that run on lightning rails to 8 billion smartphones at the speed of light for free.
Totally.
And then they want lots of different ways to get at that. And the real digital transformation is 8 billion people manipulating digital property and digital currency on their smartphone as a store of value, a medium of exchange, a unit of account.
In a recent interview with Circle's Jeremy Allaire, MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor gives a simple breakdown of what he envisions for the digitization of currencies in the next 3 decades. The American businessman and investor begins by talking about Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. He describes the first as the supreme open, permissionless protocol for money and the other as an open, permissionless protocol for transactions. Saylor also talks about the role of fiat currencies in the new digital world, which will undoubtedly be championed by Bitcoin. According to Michael Saylor, one of the final stages of this digitization of property, currency, and transactions will be the creation of a secure mobile wallet that will allow people to hold, send, and receive digital fiat currencies in Bitcoin, the world's strongest digital property. It will be a new dawn, and we can already see the beginning of this new era. In less than 15 years, over 20,000 cryptocurrencies have been created, in addition to tons of projects that are strengthening and reshaping various industries. But this is just the beginning of this new digital world that Michael Saylor describes in his interview. Please watch, like, and share this video as Saylor vividly describes this new era and Bitcoin's role in it all. You could also drop your comments and observations in the comment section below. Everything you do helps with the YouTube algorithm. Let's dive right in.
Well, what makes Bitcoin ethical is the fact that it's open and permissionless without an issuer. So the layer 2 would be Lightning, which is an open permissionless transaction protocol, not moving or storing $500 billion of value, but storing $50,000 of value. If I reduce the amount of value at risk by a factor of 1,000,000, I can increase the speed by a factor of 1,000,000, right? And the functionality, I can decrease the cost of transactions by a factor of 1,000,000. So I think that it's clear the world wants one open permissionless and open source protocol for transactions. It wants one for money. In theory, the monetary layer is a winner take all. We're going to collapse to that. That's Bitcoin. Could you have a competitor to Lightning? Yeah, in theory, right? You can create a competitor to Lightning. The thing that makes Lightning ethical is that it runs on the Bitcoin token, right? If you run a crypto asset with a different token, it's probably a security, which makes it not ethical. So I think that you can create other open source protocols. Linux is an open source protocol, right? Lots of them.
Sure.
And then moving to the last issue, I don't think the world wants currency so understand that money is composed of property and currency in the current environment. The currency is high velocity money and the property is low velocity money. And the reason that currencies will continue to exist, like the US dollar and the euro and the yen, is because nation states will continue to exist. So until the European Union crashes and the Japanese government crashes and the US government is gone, there will be a currency that's mandated as a medium of exchange by that nation state. So if you look out over the next 30 years, I'm not forecasting the fall of all nation states. I think that there'll be CNY, USD, Euro. I think there'll be shuffling of balance of power. I think that the killer app is a mobile wallet sitting on a phone delivered by Apple or Google or someone, ideally Apple. Apple creates a mobile wallet, builds in a secure element that's like a hardware wallet, as an authentication device, implements multi-factor authentication, gives you the ability to hold digital euros, digital yen, digital pesos, digital dollars, and allows you to hold digital property like Bitcoin.
Sure.
And everybody on earth wants it. And as long as we have culture and nation states, you're going to have all those things. And the trend over the next 30 years is that the strongest digital property, a la Bitcoin, is going to eat into $500 trillion worth of property: gold, precious metals, real estate, bonds, equity indexes, collectibles, however you store your money for the rest of your life. And then the strongest digital currency is going to eat into the economic value of the other currencies. Right now, there's probably $200 trillion stored in currencies, currency derivatives, and the like. And the war is between the USD and the CNY, with one Western faction, one Eastern faction, and then the business opportunity is companies that can deliver a digital currency in a compliant fashion, like your firm, like Circle, and then companies that can help deliver and manage digital property in a compliant fashion. And then there'll be, all sorts of variations on that, country by country, in every different industry. And I think those two trends are the trends of our lifetime, and they're going to continue.
$500 trillion worth of value in asset classes like real estate, bonds, equities, and collectibles, another $200 trillion in currencies, and a significant portion are up for the taking by Bitcoin. If Bitcoin takes just a fraction of that, let's say it becomes a $5 trillion asset class, with a cap supply of 19,000, each coin will be worth over $263 million. And that's just a fraction of what is available for the taking. In this era that Michael Saylor describes, we could see this easily becoming a reality as more and more people depend on digital currencies for daily transactions. Plus, Bitcoin is not just a digital currency. It is ethical and permissionless without an issuer. It is a scarce asset and property without an issuer, which Saylor says is exactly what the world wants.
I think what the world wants is the world wants a public, transparent, trustworthy entity to issue digital dollars that run on lightning rails to 8 billion smartphones at the speed of light for free.
Totally.
And then they want lots of different ways to get at that. And the real digital transformation is 8 billion people manipulating digital property and digital currency on their smartphone as a store of value, a medium of exchange, a unit of account. Think globally, right? The US dollar is going to become the unit of account in South America. Right? Before Bitcoin becomes the unit of account everywhere, the US dollar is going to be the unit of account. And that's going to be this the dominant trend of the next decade. And they all work together. What the world doesn't want is it doesn't want an opaque company, poorly capitalized, non-transparent, that's issuing an unregistered security that may or may not be deemed non-compliant, and they don't want some random dude that lives on some island somewhere to monkey with the protocol. Right. And so there's a lot of stuff that just isn't industrial strength. And you'll know that we've reached the next stage when Amazon clears billions of dollars via a digital currency for global remittance.
Absolutely.
And when a government, when legitimate nation states, when they buy $1 billion of Bitcoin to store, when they're moving $1 billion of Circle and moving $1 billion of Bitcoin, right? Then you're good. And the question you got to ask yourself is, well, what does it take for that to happen? And the answer is obvious. They have to trust it. And the trust comes with regulatory clarity, understanding integrity, security.
Michael Saylor has made some decent points here. Unlike others like Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Saylor is not calling for the sudden collapse of the US dollar or other fiat currencies. That is the currency of the world's leading economy with an army of experts and quite a lot of resources charged with nothing but propping it up. It will be unimaginable to expect the collapse of the dollar and other fiat currencies overnight. It's not going to happen anytime soon that these currencies are going to lose a significant portion of their value, much of which will be swallowed by Bitcoin and other top cryptocurrencies. So, buying crypto now means playing the long game and strengthening one's finances to avoid the eventual collapse, whenever it might occur. What do you think about Michael Saylor's interview and the new digital era we have entered? Please drop your comments and observations in the comment section below. Also, ensure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing crypto content. Thanks for watching.